Hi, this is Tracey from Mindless Crafting, and today we're going to be making a U-fold card, also known as a bridge fold card, and we're going to be using our digital stamp set, Wonderful Dad Digi Stamp, and it has 20 images and it's available in our Mindless Crafting store. So let's get started. Okay, so many of you requested this particular card. You said you absolutely loved it, and so this is what it looked like. So I'm going to make one somewhat similar. I pulled together some scraps and used some of those to make everything. All the measurements for this card are going to be down below in the description box, so make sure you check it out. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to score your paper. So you'll start out with 8" by 4 1/4" paper, and then we're going to go ahead and score it. So I'm going to go ahead and score this using my Scor Pal, and I'm going to score it at 1 1/4. Okay, so this part is important because that's going to get your card going. My paper's a little bit bent, but it's okay. I'm going to score it. Okay, so 1 1/4, 2 1/2, 5 1/2, and 6 3/4. Okay, so that's what it should look like. Okay, so what you're also going to need is you're going to need 4 of these little strips, right? And those are going to go on here, right? So we'll use those in a moment. You're going to need, so these strips measure 1" by 4 inches. You're also going to need this centerpiece here, okay? And you're going to actually need 2 of those because I'm going to need one to go on the back too. So these actually measure 2 3/4 by 4 inches, 2 3/4 by 4 inches. And I wanted that little blue to kind of be peeking through there. And this is going to be for the back of your card, and you'll see that in a moment. You're also going to need what's called the bridge. Okay, and so I have 2 pieces of paper and I kind of layered it, okay, and to just give it a border so it'll stand out a little more. And that measures 1 1/4 by 5 1/2, okay, or should I say 5 1/2 by 1 1/4. Okay, so you're going to need that also. So we'll just put that to the side for now. So let me show you how this thing folds. Okay, so when we fold this, and you could actually glue these on first, it's up to you. When we fold this, we're going to fold this in here, just like that. All right, so you got that inner part, and then you're going to fold this outer part like this. And that's what helps create your bridge. And if you have a bone folder, or you could use the back of your scissors, you want to really straighten that out. And then you just do the same thing to the other side. Fold that in. And fold it out. Just like that. You get a nice good crease. And that's what helps your card stand up like this, okay? So it's up to you how you put all these pieces together. So let's just put this to the side for a moment. We're going to do some coloring. Now this image, of course, from the Wonderful Dad Digi Stamp, I actually went and printed it out on some cardstock. I usually use a 80-pound to and up cardstock to print out on. So I think one of the things that many of you were asking me about is to show my whole coloring process for this video. Okay, and so this I kind of like to test out my markers. I'm going to be using my alcohol markers and my Tombow water-based markers. And so the first thing I'm going to do is do the skin color. Okay, and so this is going to be Father's Day card for someone. And I'm just kind of going in here on the face. So you got lots of space to color it in. And the nice thing about the digital stamps is you can resize them the way you want. So no fancy coloring here. I'm just using the markers that look like it would be a good fit. And the nice thing about this stamp set is you can use it all year round. So you got the dad holding a remote and sitting on the couch, or you have your brother or uncle or whoever you want it to be. You got the sleeves rolled up, just kind of relaxing, right? Okay, so that's basically it. You can use this for birthday card. I mean, it just depends. Or just a just because card. How about that? Okay, so let's see. I'm going to do the couch in the orange that I did on the first card. Let's see. But I think I'm going to do the dad first. Or the husband. Or whoever it is, right? This could be my nephew relaxing, right? Since he has a birthday coming up. Okay, so I'm going to do a blue shirt. And I figured this is like a white t-shirt here. So I'm going to skip over that and go here. Lots of nice details on this stamp set. Absolutely love where they have the sleeves are rolled up and everything on there. But I'm just going to take you through the whole process here. And not too much details with it. It's so small where you just can't color it in. So the nice thing is you get to size it however you want. As long as it fits on here, I'm good to go. That blue shirt really pops. So this is, I'm using our alcohol markers. They're a cheap brand that I got on Amazon. They're ADAXI markers, ADAXI Cool Touch markers, but I'll also put the link below for you. I think the first time I mentioned them, they sold out, and I think they went in restock, so they definitely work for me, and I don't mind sharing where I got them from. And I'm really loving the alcohol markers. So let's see, I want the pants to be like a brown khaki pant. And when I'm printing these digital, I print on my inkjet printer. It's a really old printer that I print with. So I'm trying to keep my strokes going in the same direction here. Maybe a little darker in there. I'm just kind of following the groove of how the pants might go. Okay, I'm just going to go over it again, maybe get it a little bit darker in there. Okay. I'm just going in a little bit more where I see I can make it a little bit darker. So that looks pretty good. And for some reason I want the shoes to be like a grayish color. So let's see if I get my gray out here. Let's see. I always test it out here just before I put it on. So it's just something else I like to do. Just testing it out. Gray sneakers. Okay, and I think I'm going to do maybe a dark gray remote, right? So that's the remote in Dad's hands. Just relaxing, and let me go back and get the finger. That's the top of the finger there. Forgot to do that. Maybe shade it in a little bit darker right along here. Maybe under the neck, around the line here where the shirt meets. Okay, and maybe a dark gray belt, right? Okay, it looks like we're moving along. Now for the couch. Okay, so the couch. So I'm just doing straight coloring, nothing fancy. I'm just coloring it in. So I'll color in this part and then I will gonna go ahead and maybe outline some of this so that you can see. I have another deeper orange that I want to go up use also just to kind of outline it. I think it'll make it look real fun. Okay, so both basically like that. So I'm going to go ahead and speed up the camera so that y'all don't have to sit through my entire coloring of the couch. Okay, and that's what it looks like with all the texture on there. Okay, it has, see how the lines are there? It has like this little texture, which I like. And now I'm going to take this deeper orange and just kind of outline it a little bit. Just to give it something else. Make it stand out even more. Make it look fun. For some reason, I love outlining my images when I color them. And I think this came from when I was a kid. I just loved to outline stuff and make it look good. That outline just does something. And then here, those little grooves in the chair. Just tracing over them a little bit to bring them out. So you go right here. And then it's time to fussy cut this. Okay, so that's what we got with that chair. Oh, we got one more thing too. We've got the lamp. Okay, and the lamp I actually took from another image. So here's another image with a dad facing the TV screen. And I took the lamp and cut it out from there because I thought it would be nice to add it to this. Okay, so now I'm going to take this and I'm going to do it in a light brown or beige color. And so you got Dad watching TV on the couch and he's got the lamp right next to him. And just take this and now I thought this looked more gray, but it's like a blue gray. To me it looks like it's heavier on the blue side. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but I think that's going to look good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut this off camera and then we'll start putting our card together. Okay, so let's go ahead and start putting our card together. Okay, so let's take these smaller strips and get our glue. I'm using my art glitter glue and I'm going to go ahead and put these on the best I can. And I'm trying to leave that blue hanging out there just a little bit. So all of these should measure the same. Okay, just like this. And I'll also put the video to another card I did last year that was similar to this, but many of you wanted to see how I would do a masculine card like this. So I don't mind doing this again. And this paper, I'm using my scraps, y'all. Stuff that I've gotten from Happy Mail. And when I have bits and pieces like this, this is perfect. And this is why I like to keep all my little strips, so I can use them again later, because you just never know. Okay, a little bit right here. And you see how that looks? Look at that. It's already coming together. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this here. Middle. Good way to use up a lot of your darker papers too. When you want to make those masculine cards, use up some of the darker papers. Okay, and I'm just kind of eyeballing it to make sure that blue edge is out there like that. Okay, and now I'm going to take this. This is going to go on the back, and I could like sign it, right? Which is really nice. So I'm going to take this and put my sentiment, or I could just stamp my sentiment on there. Just, it's up to you. And if you go to Pinterest and look up bridge fold cards or U-fold cards, you'll see lots of inspiration. Put it like that. And the nice thing is that this will fit in an A2 size envelope, an envelope for an A2 size card. So you can mail it also. And I'll show you how it folds down nice and flat. Okay. Look at that. It's getting there. Okay, so now you're going to take your bridge, right? And you're going to line it up edge to edge, just like that. You want to make sure that you start on this edge and you have it there. Now, some people have done it where they put the bridge right at the top, which is another thing you can do. Or you can put it at the middle. So it depends on what you want for your card. This is going to be more like, I guess, carpeting. Like a texture, looks like a textured rug. So I'm going to put it along the bottom and then add the couch. And have it like that. So you want it to make sure that it doesn't go over the edge. You want it right on that edge. And it will measure out to be an A2 size card that you can fold flat and mail it off. Whoever came up with this idea is just genius, and it's super fun to make. And you see that? I've got to let it dry, but see how that bends down like that? Okay, so now you've got this. So if you follow those measurements, which I'm going to put in the description, everything should turn out perfect. Okay, so I'm going to add my little lamp in here. Just have the lamp right off to the side here. I mean, you could even put a sentiment in there depending on what images you use for your card. And then the dad will be off to the side, like right there with his foot touching the ground. Or whoever it is. It doesn't have to be dad, right? This could be a great card for my brother-in-law too. I'm going to add some dimension on there, so let's see, make sure I got those right. Along here too, right here and right here. So let's add some dimension. Right along there. This part I won't add since it's going to be in this open space here, so I won't add any dimension there. And since I can't find my tweezers, somewhere lost in the craft room, I'm just going to kind of get these off like that. Let's see if I got this right. I think that'll work, yeah. So it is definitely coming together. I want him to fit right in between there because this has to fit in an envelope. So as long as I'm in between this space here, I'm good to go. Okay, and look at that. See? So when you put it in your envelope, you just slip it right in there. Just like that. And see how it stands up? Okay, and there it is on the back. So if you want to sign it, you can just kind of write on there. And if you want, you can put slats there too, like smaller strips on those too. So it's just up to you what you want to do with it. But look at that. And on this one, I did add a little kitty cat behind the chair. This is Bill's card, and that's just how the kitty cat is when it's kind of sneaking behind him. But yep, this is the U-fold card. I hope you were inspired. I will make sure I put everything below in the description box, all the measurements and everything. And just so you know, this little part here I cut out. And the way I cut it out, just using my little fussy cut scissors, okay? So these cutter bee scissors, I love them because I was able to really go in there and just take out that part. And if you don't feel like doing it, just color it like a little, whatever, brownish to match your background. So no one really notices, right? So there you go, 2 cards. This one I actually added dimension to. This one I didn't, this just lays flat. And then afterwards, I thought to myself, you know what, I can go back and add a little bit of dimension and see how it looks. So it absolutely looks fabulous. So I hope I made this easy enough for you. I hope you go ahead and give it a try. And I will go ahead and put the link to our wonderful dad digi stamp in the description below this video. And I hope to see you real soon. And happy mindless crafting. Bye.